AT&T Stadium, home of the Cowboys here in Arlington, Texas. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the 14th-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Kickoff team on the field, ready to start this postseason classic. Fielded in the end zone, it's Owens. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to pass, it's Reed. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Using his legs, it's Moss. Finds a little bit of space, he'll get 3 out to the 15.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Got it in the middle, it's Craven. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. What a nice job to get through your progressions and find your man open on the drag.
And you can't do that without good protection up front by the offensive line, giving you a little bit of time. And you're right, the QB had time, saw the matchups, finally saw that drag come open, completes the strike, gets the first down.
A&M comes back out with another first down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. At the 35, he's open. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. Running the ball's in the Aggies' DNA. I mean, that dates back to the Junction boys.
It's the physicality. They find those guys up front that can make holes, and I think that's when you've seen the great A&M teams. Really good offensive line, paving the way for those backs and those great teams they've had.
Scanning the field, it's Zeno. Got his man quickly. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
He's got it. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
The give to the tailback. Turning it on. Running to Green. Gets it inside the 10. Out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one.
I think one of the hardest places to move the football on the field is right outside that fringe area. Now the offense gets to skip that area because it was a great job by this running back making something happen, getting the ball all the way down the field, now set up on 1st and goal.
A first down run in the red zone. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Can the defense stop him again on 2nd and goal? Quarterback will keep it. And a short gain on this run, and that will bring us to the end of the first. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Might be changing the route. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
After that incompletion, it's now 4th and short in the red zone. Decision time if you're the head coach. You just take the field goal, or do you keep your offense on the field looking to get 6?
Nestled just inside that right upright. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
Man, these late-night crowds are so much fun. They're so into it, so much energy in this building. And the visiting team drives down the field. Tell you what, drive stalls out a little bit, but they quieted this place a little bit by getting 3 and starting this game off on the right foot.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Leaves it with the back. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
High coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. So now it's 2nd and long. Making side adjustments here. Back to pass, it's Reed. Moving out of the pocket. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And here's what I like about this play, man. First thing you do is take away the easy stuff. Make him react, get him outside the pocket, and now you got to catch him. You got to have a plan for a mobile QB when he gets out the pocket. Who's going to pull the trigger, come up, and chase after him? Nice discipline by this defense to get the sack.
And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. On the run, it's Moss. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
On the move. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. This is makeable field goal range here, but it looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. Now on the move. So going for it on 4th down is one thing, quite another to say we're going to run it for them.
Yeah, that's impressive because that was a long 2 yards. And I think there are a lot of coaching staffs out there that would have probably tried to throw it or get their quarterback on the perimeter or give him a run-pass option, but not this offense. They believe in their guys up front to get down in a 3-point stance and drive off the ball, and it works out.
Catch in the middle, it's Bussey. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Texas A&M going up tempo. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air, it's Reed. Pocket breaking down. Breaks into the open. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
This quarterback part of their running game. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. One more snap coming. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Aggies!
And that is a perfect job by the offense, executing that 2-minute situation. The quarterback was really in charge and focused, made sure that all the right decisions were being made with respect to execution and the clock. This is something you practice all season long, and they execute the 2-minute perfectly here at the end of the half.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Great starting point, takes it inside his own 25. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. The give to the back. Got enough for the first. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. Texas A&M has it teed up to start this second half. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. first play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
The Wolverines are way behind the sticks on this third and forever. To throw, it's Underwood. Oh, they're after him. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I got to protect my quarterback. In the first series here now, you're getting your quarterback hit and taken to the ground. This offense has to protect that dude at all costs.
Can you believe this? The offense is going for it on fourth down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
Nice job by the defense there. You talk about when you have your foot on the neck of your opponent, you just keep the pressure down, right? You don't take it off. And with that opportunity on fourth down in their opponent's territory, you get the stop. You now get...
There he goes. Headed to the end zone. And he runs it in for a score. Touchdown, Aggie.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, they put it on the board. Fielded in the end zone. It's Marshall. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13.
First and 10.
They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. To the air, it's Underwood. Fires to the big fella. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They've just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases, get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Looking down the middle. He's got an open man. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
Looking to fire. He'll pull it down and run. At the 35, he's loose. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. And the Wolverines started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he is stopped for no gain, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them.
17, Michigan, 0.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. To the air, it's Underwood. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. This A&M defense is showing up with an attitude and ready to saw everybody's horns off.
And I think it starts with those big bullies up front. In Texas high school football, you can find those guys, and they come to A&M, and you've seen them year after year after year. Big physical guys. Doesn't matter who's coaching the defense. They find those body types up front.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And this is not decision time. This offense, it's green light the rest of the game. Down multiple possessions. Got to go for it on fourth down. Probably had that in mind. It's a little shorter fourth down, but this offense has got to stay fast-paced and got to make some explosive plays.
Looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. Quick strike through the air for the score. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
And with the extra point, they close to within 10, down 17-7.
17, Michigan, 7.
He'll bring it out. It's Owens. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. I guess a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Oh, he's got some space. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. They'll ride the hot hand. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Reed. Got it in the middle, it's Craver. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
And the Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. That's reeled in. It's Carroll. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
On target over the middle. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. Texas A&M going quickly. Offense changing the play. To the air on first down. That's caught. It's Moss. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Fires to the wideout. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed to catch that. You're supposed to secure it. It's going to happen, but it's just frustrating for those receivers. Just tap the chest. My bad, dog.
Snagged in the middle. It's Bussy. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And they'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Game is essentially over right now. You wonder if it's really necessary to jack up the score like this.
It might not be necessary, but I won't be forgotten. I can tell you that because coaches, they don't forget things like this. Late in games, you want to run the score, get that extra touchdown. I'll get the chance in the future to do this back to you. I like to just keep it in the back of your mind.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23.
Will take over. First and 10.
Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Grabbed in the middle, it's Marshall. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. He's going up top here late in the game. And the pass is dropped and incomplete, and that's going to do it. Clock has struck 0, and the ball game is over. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen here.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get the W.
And with that, the season comes to a close for these two teams. Another bowl game is all wrapped up, and we